we're doing this method for pure luxury. So these are fresh pandan leaves. In Thai, this is called dai thai. Use this to infuse things, give it flavor. You can infuse oil like I'm gonna do today for this shrimp oil, but it's usually used in Khanom Thai, which is Thai snacks or desserts, as a lot of people say. If this step is too much for you, either buy store-bought one or just use normal oil or lard or whatever you want. For the love of God, do not use olive oil though in pad Thai. It's not okay. I'm just bringing the shrimp shells up to a temperature to where it'll start to sizzle a little bit, because we're basically trying to slow infuse this. We don't want it to burn. If your temperature's too high, it's gonna burn too quickly. This will probably take 20 minutes or so. You want to cook it until the shells are crispy. And then at that point, we'll infuse it. So you can infuse it with different aromatics. Right now I have pandan, you can do ginger, you can do different aromatics, and as always, when you add the aromatics is when it starts to pull out that flavor. So you can always add things right at the end. If you want just a little subtle garlic flavor, you can just add it right at the end. If you want the garlic to be more cooked out flavor, you would maybe add it now. So those kind of customizations are up to you. You have to get creative. This is cooking. This is cooking. You need to learn how to cook. You can see these are pretty much crispy now. We're just gonna turn off the heat now and let this sit in there. This is the reward. Obviously, use a utensil or let it get very room temperature before you put your hands in this, because this is oil. You don't want to end up in the hospital. We'll talk about burns another time. That's beautiful. These are semi-dried noodles. You can buy them already like this, but you still need to hydrate them a little bit. This thinness here is called sen lek, which is this size noodle. You can also buy noodles that are, a little bit thicker. But generally speaking, there's like sen mi, sen lek, and there's sen yai, which is the wide rice noodle, and sen mi is like a angel hair. Pad Thai is usually actually a little bit wider, but I prefer using this size for pad Thai. That's just how I roll. So we're just gonna hydrate them for a little bit while we do the other stuff. These are flat garlic chives, not to be confused with flowering garlic chives. So the ones that have like the yellow flowers on the top of them, you don't want those ones. You want flat garlic chive, beautiful flat garlic chives. Peanuts. Some people assume they're in all Thai food. It's just not true, but in pad Thai, you definitely need peanuts. A little bit of residual water is okay in here. You might need to add a little bit of the stir fry itself. So as for the sauce, I didn't make it today. I actually made it a few days ago because I did an event where I made this. So that's just to say that yes, you can make this ahead. It'll last 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks, because it's literally tamarind, palm sugar, and fish sauce. You want it sour, sweet, and salty. So like pad Thai is a sweet dish, so you need a lot of palm sugar in this dish. But at the end of the day, you can always adjust the sauce. Add a little bit of white vinegar in here, but the ratio is going to be in the recipe, and you can try it out, and then you can adjust it how you want. There's not really much of a recipe other than dissolving the sugar into the tamarind and adding the fish sauce. slightly cooked, just slightly cooked. Because remember, it's gonna get folded in, cooked more in the noodles. Also, I want this kind of char, which is why I went mostly a dry pan, and I was kind of adding some fat for smoke there. Always wash your wok, you know? Don't feel dirty, it's not good. I'm agitating right away so it doesn't stick together. If your heat's not high enough, it's gonna stick together. Here's an added step. Oh man. Because you could just put the tofu right in, but this gives it extra luxury. Because everything's dried out in the tofu, so it can really absorb the sauce. So, pad thai doesn't need to be over really high heat. But that being said, having a lot of heat helps you evaporate the water faster. So, you're essentially putting the sauce into these noodles, and by the time it's evaporated, the noodles should be done. Basically, if they need to go more, you might add a little water. So it does help to have higher heat. But again, this is just a demo, and you need to adapt to your environment. And a non-stick pan inside actually works really well for this dish. So I'm going to be adjusting the heat. It's going to be variable. I might do the aromatics on lower heat first. When the noodles come in, if I want faster evaporation or I want some smoke flavor where the oil is combusting a little bit with the water, also known as wok hei, maybe I'll turn the heat up. So it's not just one temperature, so just pay attention to that. Nam man gung, which is the shrimp oil. You can already see that beautiful color. Oh, you can smell the shrimp. You can definitely smell the shrimp flavor. Try shrimp in there now too. A little bit of water to hydrate the noodles. Again, a little more water so it doesn't burn quickly. Kind of swirling the noodles so they don't break up. You can flip it if you need to. Where it's at. It's pretty much done. So at this point, push everything over. A little more shrimp fat there, and an egg. It's like just it's about 1 or 2 eggs. It's up to you. Get it back on the heat and make it swirl around here. I like to add a lot of chives. That's the way I like it. Basically, low heat right now off the heat, you're just wilting it down. Like, there's not much more. Some peanuts. And you're done. Oh, haha. One thing I forgot in this demo is these shrimps. Just give them a quick little toast through. I probably would have added those like just a little bit before I add all these bean sprouts. Probably on an indoor stovetop, I might still have it on. But you want to keep the green. Of course, at this point, you can season it more if you want. If you want to add chili flakes or other things to it. Very typical to have things like banana blossom or other vegetables, pennyworts one. And extremely standard to have like extra chili flakes, which I have here, lime, sugar, because you can season it up more as you need to. I usually like lime in it. I don't have lime right now. Try this.